Shout out to Kenyon Martin. Kenyon Martin said if LeBron James had to pull that mess to him, what he did to Stephen A. Smith, he'd have whipped his behind. And you know what he. And I know Kmart would have, because even though Kmart could be a bit, sometimes he be kind of overacting with it. He wasn't scared. He didn't get soft. He wasn't the cat that would get soft. He would stand up for his rights. He wasn't gonna back down. And this is the thing. This is how you know who you can step to like that and who ain't gonna back down. And you know that it's true. See, we're waiting for the brothers to really put it out there to say, yo, listen, Stephen A is trying to be GQ, Joe Q, all smooth, kind of getting his Bill Bellamy how to be a player, getting his look straight. You know how he be prancing and dancing and moving? But he ain't about putting that life on you. He ain't about putting the pounds on you. And then you got the cheerleader Shannon Sharp. What's he gonna say? He gonna say, "Well, LeBron, you were kind of wrong. Kendrick, you kind of wrong." But ain't nobody came out and said what Kenyon Martin said, which is true. LeBron needed to get stepped to. Are you kidding me? You gonna show out a 50-plus-year-old grown man, middle-aged black man on TV who supposed to be top dog in his field, and you gonna sit there and play him like that? You gonna put your face like that? You gonna bark like that bite? I'm with Kenyon Martin on that. I'm not the biggest Kenyon Martin fan per se, because I thought he was loud, and sometimes he did some of his. I thought he did some antics. The Karl Malone push and some of the stuff he did was a bit much, and I think he overacted a lot of stuff with stuff he did. But on this one, on this one, heck yeah! If any time you need to get your Will Smith two-piece sandwich out, this was the time. You can't step to nobody's face like that and yell and be disrespectful. Who the heck does LeBron James think he is? And to sit there and act like Bronny James, who has no business on no basketball court, I would say it to LeBron James's face. 55 draft pick. You ain't even G League. You're not even. They got you in super garbage time. You score your token 3-pointer, and then you sit your behind down when you're up by 60 points, and then they got all the highlights. Come on now, you mad? You using your son as bait because people want all kiss the ring and say that you're better than Jordan or that you're the best of everything since sliced bread. And you got in your feelings as usual. But Kenyon Martin is right. Ain't no way in the world a man gonna step up like that, because that's fight. That's fighting. Now I'm gonna tell you like this. You ain't gotta put hands on nobody, but you gotta stand up for yours. See, what you do is you say, look at here, man. All due respect, brother, man. You can't come at me like that. I don't care if we on TV, back way, you wrong. You ain't got like what I say, well then don't listen to me. You see? But since you think, since you clutch sports and you think you own the narrative and you just manipulating everything and you all everywhere, you need to be gored about them Diddy videotapes when they call you in and subpoena you than about what I'm saying about the whackness that your son, who can't really play at this level. That's what you need to be about. And you need to be hoping that you can keep Luka Doncic happy to resign him and that he will want to play and deal with what you got for a squad. And you need to be worrying about trying to get a second option for Luka in his future or get something going instead of. But see, this is the thing. That's why it's too personal, too friendly. And see, when someone don't get stepped to, they pull the antics. I'm with Kmart on that one. Kmart is right. He was right. He said he would have whipped LeBron's behind, and I don't blame him. Because I was mad. I want to defend Stephen A. Smith, and I don't like to defend Stephen A. Smith at all. But Stephen A. Smith is a jive sucker turkey, and he sells out and shuffleboards all the time and grinning and he and ha. He tried to act like he tough and smart, but that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing right there. And you had to take that and cry the next day and talk about I'm a father. First of all, if your child works at your job, you on your own. Yes, I can get you up in here, but if your butt is a Rudy Pooty and you can't do the duty, you got to hit the door because you messing with the looty. If you're a Rudy Pooty and you can't do the duty, you messing with the looty. You got to hit the doughy. That's what you got to tell him. But see, all this stuff that's going on now, Props to Kenyon Martin. He right. That's what should have been said. If you don't get out my face, we can get down to Knuckle City. That's what Stephen A. should have said. So you better get out of my face, Turkey. Your hairline already gone back, but then departed. You're gonna really be departed if you don't get out of my face. Cause LeBron is just pseudo tough dude. He ain't that dude. He ain't about that life. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share if you like and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.